Hey guys, welcome to the weekly tarot forecast for the numinous week beginning December the 9th. I'm Lindsay Mack, and the card that I've pulled for us this week is the Magician reversed. So, okay, here's the deal. The Magician is the essence, holds the frequency of the word out. When we're in the Magician, we are in the full embodiment of our capacity as a divine lightning rod for information, for manifestation, and we're kind of locked and loaded, so to speak. We're in the right place, right time, right alignment. Like life has paired us up with the exact right circumstances to bring something down and out, whether it be information, a project, whatever it might be. The Magician is amazing, a highly, obviously, magical card, and just upon the sheer will to do something, the Magician will create that out of formlessness, out of the Fool, which Magician is birthed from, that kind of formlessness. The Magician's job is to get us really synced up with this idea of one within us. That's the Magician's number, is number 1. Our ability to, again, create, form, manifest. And that's where we're at this week. Everyone has really been asked to be ready, to be prepared, to bring something forth. Something tangible, perhaps, something not so tangible. Usually, I will say the Magician has to do with something tangible. Whether or not it's a gigantic thing, that's to be, that's totally kind of a personal or individual thing. But it really is to bring something into earthly form. So I say tangible. Now, why the Magician is reversed doesn't have to do with an abuse of power. It doesn't have to do with being unaligned. It doesn't have to do with being unbalanced. It really doesn't have to do with any of that. We have free will here, and it is within our power to resist or to be in resistance to something really incredible and powerful and life-changing that wants to come through us. Look at any woman giving birth. It's possible to delay that, even energetically speaking, if we're scared. So that's what I'm getting for us as a collective. Really, we're getting ready as a consciousness and individually to birth something quite large, to step into that power and to release giving our power over to tools. I'm all about, obviously, tarot, candles, spells, like whatever, runes, like whatever you use is great. But really, you're making them work. You're aligning with something, and you're the funnel and the vessel of which the power is coming through. And the Magician is really an amazing reminder to not forget that. Like, you're bringing the magic. The object is just the object with which it is funneled through. So don't forget that. We're being asked to kind of tune into that idea this week. So if you're giving your power over a little bit too much to your pendulum, to your deck, to your runes, to a teacher, maybe back off a little bit and tune in with yourself. And if you feel lost or scared, maybe that's exactly where you're supposed to be this week. So maybe let that go a little bit. The other thing is, again, kind of smoothing over any of the wrinkles or any resistance that we might have to the next steps in our lives, whatever that might be, in which we are kind of willing and allowing something to come through us. We're manifesting something. So if you've kind of been, if you know exactly what I'm talking about, and you know that it's been time for you to write, create, do the thing, and you've been sort of hedging on it, just relax and honor that, and know that as we go through Magician Reverse this week, it really is about untying that knot and making the rope smooth again. And untying a knot sometimes takes a little time. We might have to change our schedule. We might have to feed ourselves differently. We might have to make different choices. So whatever will put you in the right framework to birth something, to bring something forth in earthly matter, give that to yourself. And finally, there's a third camp of people, kind of like a third little mile marker that I want to talk about today. For those of you who've been trying desperately to create something, get something going, get something forward, if you're working on something and it's not happening, drop it this week. Drop it. It's not supposed to. It doesn't mean ever. It just means this week. Be willing to live on divine timing. If it's not flowing, let it go. That means that in some way, shape, or form, you're being gifted an opportunity to allow for a little bit more time to pass before you do it. Maybe certain things up there in the ethers need to gel, or who knows. Let it be. And instead of working so hard, maybe have fun. Because the way we sort of get into that real juicy place of channel is really through lightness and play. It's not super serious as we believe it to be. It doesn't have to be that way. It just doesn't have to be. So explore where you feel you are kind of lined up in these areas, whether or not maybe you're pushing a little bit without meaning to be, and whether or not there's some evidence for you to kind of put that on pause for a little while and just enjoy your week. Just let your project kind of marinate a bit before you go back to it. Whether or not you're someone who it's really kind of time for you to do your project and you're the one who's kind of been hedging it, just lean into that and do it. Doesn't have to be perfect, just do something. And if you're someone who really needs to work through your relationship with tools or giving your power away, that's a beautiful thing to explore this week. As we move a little bit closer into the end of the year, we want to really look at these things so we can be fully in our channels. I hope this serves you. Have a beautiful week, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.